So hello, my lovelies. How you doing? So midnight last night, we turned the clocks forward, spring forward for daylight savings time. So for those of us in the United States, at least for, let's see, 47 of the states, the clocks changed. There are three of the states that don't comply with daylight savings time. Good for them. So, because I don't know too many people that really like daylight savings time. You have to change, twice a year. You got to change forward and you got to change back. But it is what it is. So you just deal with it, right? So I was waking up in the middle of the night, and so did my husband. We both woke up, and every time we'd look at the clock, we think, well, for us, it's really, it'd be 3 o'clock in the morning according to the clock, and it's really 2 o'clock for us. We wake up again at 4 o'clock, and I didn't sleep real well last night because I kept looking at the clock, thinking it's an hour earlier. It's really an hour earlier than that. So I've got I'm going to sleep in just a little bit more because my time clock says it's X amount of time. So anyway, he did kind of the same thing. So we were sitting there having our brunch today because every weekend he fixes brunch for us, which is lovely, or breakfast or brunch. And that's his thing. He's been doing that since he was a kid, and he makes wonderful eggs. He's the greatest egg maker ever, and he makes a beautiful breakfast for us. So we're hitting. I said, so did you keep waking up in the middle of the night? He goes, yeah, I did. So I went to him this afternoon. I said, so when do you want dinner? Do you want it on the way we normally think that we eat, which is an hour earlier than what the clock says now? And if the clock says 5 o'clock, it's actually like 4 o'clock. We want to eat at, normally we would eat at 6 o'clock, which would be 5 o'clock now. It seems like way too early to eat. Um, or do you want to eat at 7, which would be like our normal time? And he said, well, we might as well just get used to it. So, so we're going to have dinner at about 6 o'clock, which to us would be 5. It's weird. So the thing is, it's funny because my husband and I have been married now. In about a week, we will have been married for 10 years. And when I planned the wedding, we planned a wedding to have it at home, and I planned a candlelight wedding. We're gonna have candles. We're gonna pull the shades down. It's gonna be nice, and the sun would have gone down pretty much. But daylight savings time happened the week before, and so it was still bright and shiny because the daylight saving times had happened. But I still had the candlelight. We still had the atmosphere. It was a lovely wedding. It was just wonderful, and then we went and had a fabulous feast at a one of our favorite restaurants here in the Denver area, in the Front Range area. So it was a lovely wedding ceremony, and an evening spent with family and friends. So the thing is that daylight savings time is kind of funny. So it's like make the best of it. Do what it is you can. A lot of people in Europe won't change for I think a couple more weeks before their clocks turn forward, and so they're on a different they're instead of being 7 hours in Europe difference, I think it'll be 6 hours now. And then again in a couple weeks, we'll have a 7 hours difference between England and where we live in this part of the United States. So it's just interesting how this all works. How do we do this? Make the best of it. Do the best you can with what you have. So I went to feed the birds today, and I'm thinking, okay, but for them, it's early in the day. They don't come, they'll come to eat, but the squirrels will come and eat any old time of day, and they'll eat all the food if they can. So I tried to feed them a little bit later, and so then the squirrels will eat some stuff, and then there'll be enough and a lot left for all the little birds and we have a whole bunch of new birds coming in now because it's warmer weather. So I've tried to adjust it so everybody gets fed and everybody's happy, including the bunnies too. So I have to adjust their time of when I'm going to feed them. They'll get used to it. They'll deal with it just like we will. So anyway, it's just kind of a funny little message today that I'm leaving with you, but you know, spring forward. One good thing about it for us here is that the weather gets warmer and we have more sunlight as the days get longer. We have a deck on the back side of our house that faces the mountains. And right now we get to see Pikes Peak in its absolute splendor, along with the Rampart Range that has a lot of snow on it. And it's just stunning. I've never seen it more beautiful than it was this morning when I got up. It's got a lot of snow this year in the winter with the winter snow. And April is our heaviest time of year for snow. So we'll probably get more snow here within the next month and a half, sometimes even into May. So we'll see more snow up there, but it's just beautiful. And so we sit on the deck, we get to see the mountains, we get to watch all the birds, and we get to see the storms come in. We watch the sun set and all the colors change, and how lovely it is to be able to sit out there in what we just consider to be an extra room in our house. But we only get to do that in the warmer months. So that's one of the great benefits of it becoming warmer and becoming later. Now, you know that I always or excuse me, share with you one of my paintings. And this painting I call Arcturus because in the summertime, when we sit out there and the sun goes down, there's one star that shines so brightly, and it's Arcturus. In the wintertime, it's on the lower part of the hemisphere, so we don't get to see it much, at least not from where our perspective is. But in the summertime, as the sun's going down, there's this bright orange star. It's a star in the sky, and it just sparkles because of the atmosphere. And it's one of the largest. I think it's the largest, fourth largest star that we have in our solar system, and it's orange and it's beautiful. So this is just my little painterly rendition of it. It's kind of an neurographic painting of that. And this is some of the things I teach you how to do and to express what it is that you love to do and what it is that you're doing in your life in the classes that I will be soon teaching you through Art and Soul master classes. So you get to look forward to doing this fun stuff with me because we do some fabulous things. And I invite you to kind of look forward to when I have the announcement of when that will soon start. So it's always about springing forward, looking forward to what it is that we have to offer to the world, and looking forward to what it is that we have to celebrate in life, and looking forward to just the joy and the fun of whatever it is that we've got to share with each other. And when we're doing that, then we're doing a great service to the world because we're in a greater place of celebration, a greater place of joy, and then we express that to people around us, and they get it. They might join in us. They might not even understand why they feel a little better because they're in the presence of people that are happy and people that are in a greater mindset, one that is of something more vibrant, something more life-giving. So just keep in mind of who you are and what you're doing and how you can share the joy with the world and spring forward into something even greater still. So that's it for today. I send you lots of love. Bye for now.